Okay, what we've got here is a rhodo that's been shot on the side of the wood. Now it's managed to get up and get into the wood. That was out on the tram line. It's run in. It looked like a heart and lung shot. We can see here some scrapes in the soil where it tried to get up. Well, actually managed to get up. And we can see some pins here, which on road particularly fall out very readily. We keep looking for signs of strike, and if we keep looking here we can see some blood, and it's red, bright red blood, which indicates possible heart. So then the next job was to get Meg, German Warhead Pointer, out. And she's only a youngster, but she made a good job of this on this particular bit of film. There's no doubt. She's just checking back where she thinks has been. She's having a little fiddle around, I think, to be quite honest, because she is a youngster, but a little bit of encouragement, and she'll get her nose down. Now something's taking her interest. She's just trying to work it out. She's going to work back a little bit. It's called hunting heel line, which is what as a hunting term. And yeah, just checking things out again. She's gone on a bit, and now she's going to wrap me in a knot with the lead. Yes, she has. But now she's got her nose down and she's keener, and she'll start to work into the wood where she saw it's gone. And now she has got her nose down solid. She's working through, and she'll come to a bit here where she checked. In fact, this bit here, and what she's done is she's found some paint and pins from the animal, which is the fur and the spot or two of blood. And we'll go back to that in a little while with the camera. You can see what she was looking at and what she found. She's now pushing on again. Now she's getting keener still, and pulling ahead. And then this last bit, the nose is really down, and she finds what she's looking for in this little bush.
Good girl.
She's only young, so there's nothing wrong with letting her have a good sort of sniff, and she's having a look at what she's found, and that's her reward.
And cut.
Very pleased with herself. Now this is where she checked, and that's the pins, and on this elder, what we'll see in a moment, you can see what we call paint, which is the blood. So you get pins and paint, and this is where the animal pushed through.
Itself.
And like I said, just letting her have a little look and see what she's done. Nice little track, about 100 metres. Anyway, we're bringing the beast back to the larder now. We haven't got to clean it out and do a field growl like where we were, because we're very close to the larder, so it makes sense to bring it back and have the tools and the winch, and also the cleanliness that you haven't got out in the field. Now inside the back of the truck we've got a carcass tray, and the carcass tray is to help keep the animal clean. Anywhere it's been shot where there could be infection or anything like that, get in through the bullet hole. It also keeps the back of the truck clean. It would just be taken out, power washed out and allowed to dry, and you've got something perfectly sterile to put the carcass in. Just cutting the hocks now, and we're just putting the stainless steel gambrel in, easily washed. And I'm lowering the winch. There's no need to make life any more difficult than it has to be. The winch isn't just because of the weight, but mainly because you can lift it up and down and just get it a comfortable height for working on. Different with a red, obviously. Now we've got the animal hanging up. Next thing to do is take the head and hocks off. Before we do that, we're going to check the cleaves, make sure that they're clean, that there's no pus or sores or anything to indicate that there could be foot and mouth. Checking between the cleaves and on top. The tongue is also important. If it's blistered or lesions on the tongue, then that can also be a sign that it's suffering with foot and mouth. It isn't to say that every time you get something on the tongue that's what it is, but there could be. That's the atlas joint. Now it's very, very handy to know where that is. A very good idea to practice. Practice every time you get a deer until you can find it over and over again. It's also the joint where you can take the head off the neck at the highest point. You don't lose any meat like that, and you can do it without a saw. You just whittle your way round and the head will come off. And once this head has been took off, we're going to just inspect the submaxillary glands and the retropharyngeal glands underneath under the bottom jaw. This is the hocks. Robert just taking the hocks off. You can see he's got rubber gloves and an apron on. This is all to keep things clean. This animal has already entered the food chain the moment the trigger was pulled. And also, until you get this animal opened up, you don't know if there's anything particularly wrong with it. So you need to protect the operator as well. Make sure that they stay clean and safe. Just twisting off the hocks there. And there we go. This is the just cutting back the underneath. You can see from here, from this area, you can see the submaxillary and retropharyngeal, and this also was shot in January, so we can see that there's that the doe was expecting twins. Now it's hard and it might not seem fair, but the only way to keep numbers down is to cull does, and the only time to do that is when they haven't got dependent youngsters. And what we're now looking at is the red offal, lungs, heart and liver, lymph nodes right through. We can check the heart. We can check that the bag round the heart, the pericardium, is a loose fit and that it's a wet fit, and that's a sign of good health. We can check bronchial lymph nodes. These are all in the manual that we produce, and good photographs of them. Robert's just pointing out the bronchial lymph node there, and you can have a look at the lungs, make sure there's no hard lumps in them, which can be a sign of TB. We can incise the liver, and by incising it and then squeezing it, we can see if there's liver fluke, which will be like a flat fish-like thing. And if there is liver fluke, there's no need to worry about that. You just have to condemn the liver. That liver is clean, but the point is that the carcass would be clean, but you wouldn't let the liver go into the human food chain. In fact, you wouldn't let it go into your dog's food chain. As a kidney, plenty of fat around it. It's a good sign. Now, Robert's next job was to clean out the back passage of the animal. You can see just below the gambrel the metatarsal gland. This is a sign on a seeker because that will be a bright white. On a muntjac you can't see it at all. It's just rinsing out the carcass. There's pros and cons to that. Some people say you should never do it. A lot of people do it at a course. We do it when we feel we need to. You can see right through there though, and that means that back passage is completely clean, all the tube and gone, and bladder. And the next thing to do is larder the animal and then clear up. We run our chiller between 2 and 7. That gives us an average of below 7. Thanks for watching.